Hello, this is Mike Cardis, and this is Getting the Team Started, Part 2, Role of the Project Team Member. As a project team member, you are responsible for doing your best work, sharing your opinions and feedback with the team, being a good team member, and offering a high level of reciprocity to the other team members to ensure that when challenges happen, if they cannot complete their best work, you offer to help. So if a challenge comes where you can't do your best work, they can help you. Before the project starts, make sure you are prepared for the meeting. Read the agenda, do the task work, ask the questions. During the project itself or the change initiative, make sure that you participate in meetings. You share knowledge and expertise, and you work to accomplish any assignments or tasks you have been given to the best of your ability. If you cannot do things to the best of your ability, you have to alert the project manager or team lead and your manager to let them know other work or other responsibilities are creating an overload in your current work, and you have to go back to reallocating goals and changing your level of expertise and involvement in this team project. After the work is done, you may be asked to continue to work on the process to make sure it's incorporated or absorbed into the process owner, or the change is being evaluated long-term, either through plan, do, study, act, or through iterative design, or through minimum viable product feedback from the customer. You may be asked to continue to offer feedback. You also might be asked to debrief or process or show learning and action of the project to project sponsors, to management, and the stakeholders. So a couple of things you can do as a team member prior to the first project meeting. If you hear about a project in your area and you want to get involved, don't wait to be asked, just volunteer. If you have time and you want to share your knowledge, volunteer to be part of the task. If you've been selected to participate in a project team and you don't know why, don't wait until the first meeting to find out. Ask. Be proactive. You are a working adult inside an organization. If I, as a project manager, ask you to be part of a project team and you don't know why I chose you, ask me. Talk to me about this. We can negotiate what's best for the process. If you have not seen a draft agenda or a team charter, ask the team leader if they have one. You have every right to see the project charter, the project scope, the documentation, and the expectation of time that's going to be used and be asked of you inside this project. If you have ideas for the agenda or comments on a draft, send them to the team leader before the first meeting. You don't want to show up to the first meeting and attempt to play gotcha or overwhelm the project manager. If you have ideas, treat the project manager like a competent adult worthy of your feedback and email them before the meeting. Share your ideas, gather feedback, ensure that it's written and they understand what your challenges are and what your suggestions might be. Discuss with your boss or supervisor the project time commitments and potential conflict with your other job responsibilities. There's a good chance you're on multiple project teams right now or change initiatives or other ways to ensure your work and your organization's work is being effective. Talk to your manager and ensure you have time and time potential to get these things done and to accomplish your tasks. Before the first meeting, make notes on what you might be able to contribute to the team, the role you might play, your goals, expectations about the project, and any concerns you may have. Be ready to share this information with the team. Read through the project charter, look through the agenda, ensure that if you have any questions or concerns, you've written those down and you're prepared to share those with the team and to hear what the responses may or may not be. Come to the meeting with an open mind and a positive attitude. This will help the team get off to a good start and make it a better experience for you and anyone else. There's an idea that we use inside coaching called you cannot see cooperation and resistance at the same time. If I walk into a project meeting expecting there to be resistance, I'm going to identify the resistance early on, behave as if I'm seeing the resistance, and then reinforce that conceptually and perceptually through my work. Walk to the meeting able to look for positive things, find areas that are working well, and do your best to do your best work, and share your project ideas. Here's a small application example of how we saw this work inside another organization. Over lunch one day, a client was complaining that he had been asked to be part of a project team and that he had to reschedule the work to attend the project kickoff meeting the following week. The discussion was lighthearted, but it became apparent that he resented being asked to take on additional work when he already has more than enough work to do. When I asked him for details about the project and why the project manager might want him to join, I learned they did not have any of this information, nor did he know what kind of time commitment was involved, though he felt sure that it would be a considerable inconvenience. I suggested, why don't you speak to the project manager and get more information? It honestly hadn't occurred to him. The next day, he was able to track down the project manager and discuss the project. He learned from the draft team charter that the team would be working on problems with the customer invoicing process. As it turned out, he had an interest in ensuring that this process worked well. He supervised a group that dealt directly with customer complaints, many of which involved invoice problems. Further, he had previously worked in accounts receivable in a company with a nearly flawless invoicing process. As he talked with the project manager, it became apparent that he could play a dual role on the team, as a representative of the voice of customers and as a source of ideas on invoicing best practices. He and the project manager also negotiated the amount of time he would need to commit to the team. He went back to his boss with a good cause for offloading some of his existing work. He joined the team and can make a significant contribution to the project's success. If he had used the team member checklist that I just shared, he would have not waited passively for his involvement to be made clear. He would have approached the team leader to find out what was expected of him so he could carve out a role that made sense. So in closing, as a project team member, ensure you're able to understand why the project exists, what your purpose on the team is, who the other team members are, what your time commitment will be, and do your best work. If you are seen as a team member and an individual who does his best work or her best work or their best work, then others will want to help you out and be successful inside the organization. Thanks, I'm Mike Cardis. This was Getting the Team Started, Section 2, your role as a project team member.